Hello everyone and welcome back to the 3T Path channel. My name is Giridhari. And there's one thing that Nike can teach you about meditation. It's one of the most common complaints I get when it comes to meditation. People say, oh, I can't do meditation because my mind is too unsteady. As soon as I sit down and I try to meditate, my mind is just all over the place. So I can't do it. I've given up on it. But what does Nike tell us? Just do it. And that is a perfect slogan for your meditation. Just do it. Why? For one thing, it's absolutely normal for your mind to wander. You have to give up this idea that somehow your mind is just gonna, snap into this laser-like focus and you're going to be there for as long as you want. That doesn't exist. That's almost impossible. And we can take a clue from neuroscience to understand why that is practically impossible. Neuroscience has been studying the different networks. They call them neural networks that function in your mind. And basically, they have come down to understanding there are two major neural networks. One of them is called the executive function network. The executive function network is when you are actually totally focused on doing something. Let's say something careful, something that requires your attention, and you really you're preparing that important project, you're writing a piece, like me, I'm just doing the video now, so I'm really focused. This is what I'm focused on right now. My attention is all here. My mind isn't wandering because I'm focusing on what I'm doing right now. So that is called the executive function. So that's great. That is the intense function part of the brain. But there's this other neural network, and look at the name. Even the name the scientists gave to it, it gives you a clue. It's called the default mode network. So what is the default mode of your mind, of your brain? The default mode is to have your mind going around. That is what it's called, default mode. Your mind, wandering mind. The wandering mind is the way your brain has been wired to work like that. It's actually a wonderful thing. Because of this default mode, we've accomplished everything we have, both good and bad, but all the wonderful things we have accomplished as humans, it's because we have this default mode. If you're interested in spirituality, if you're here now, and I suppose you might be here because you're interested in spirituality, if you're here now, it's because of your default mode, because your mind is turning around and you're thinking, is there something else? And your mind is going here and what is this? And what could that be? And what is the other thing? And this going around of the mind, this explorative, ability of the human mind is what makes us, what makes the humans be human. So it's very important. And it's a key factor for not only the development of civilization, but our own spiritual development, because we go around and maybe there's something else, and as we're searching something else, then we finally come into spirituality. So that's the default mode. That is what your brain is doing. So unless you're doing something that really requires your attention, your mind will switch over. Your brain, I keep saying mind, the neuroscientists wouldn't use mind, they would say brain, but in yoga we use mind. So anyway, your brain, let's use it like it's hardcore. Your brain will switch over. And it's hard to keep telling your brain, no, brain, I need my whole executive function just to think of my breathing or to focus on this mantra I'm chanting, because your brain is like, no, you just want to chant? You go ahead, you keep chanting, right? You can just keep going, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, and your mind is like, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, and you're like, you're looking at the flower and you're still chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare, oh, and you're like, oh, I have to do my nails, oh, I have to do, oh, what's, because the actual function, the executive function, for example, of chanting a mantra, isn't, you know, in the first day you're doing, you're like, what is it? Hari, what? Oh, is it Krishna? And then is it another Hari? And then you might be focused on that very first time you're learning a mantra, for example, for meditation. Oh, what do we do? Is it the back like this? Because then you're actually executive function. You actually like have to pay attention. But after 5 minutes, you're like, okay, your brain's like, okay, I got it. I understand you want me to sit here like this with the back like this and you want to chant this mantra. Your brain says, okay, dude, I got it. Just leave it with me. You go ahead now. You can switch on your default mode because I got this. You don't need to like invest more energy, brain energy. I got this. So then your mind like starts going off. And then you say, okay, Gary, so then, you're right. You should just give up meditation. No, this is the point. Just do it. Why? Because even as your mind drifts away, and of course you bring it back, and then it drifts away, and you bring it back, you try to switch on the executive function again, and then it goes on to default. You say, no, I really want executive function here. And then it goes on to default, and it's just a constant battle. But even that exercise of being aware of where your mind is and bringing it back, that is itself a wonderful benefit of meditation. Your meditation is working. Secondly, the fact that you are, for example, in the case of the Hare Krishna mantra, you are actually chanting a mantra, you're actually connecting. Even if you're not paying so much attention, even if you drift off, it is still wonderful. It is still wonderful that you're in that zone. And what you will experience is that you're in a special zone, even as your mind wanders, even as the default mode of your brain is activated. Because you are trying to keep that focus, it is different. You actually have two things going on. It's a different zone, you're in a different space. You'll see that this is going to bring clarity and calm. And it's going to train your mind to be calmer and more focused. It actually works. It is working. So don't think that meditation to work means this artificial concept of some perfect state of, some digital, like your mind is, like it. No, it's not a digital thing. It's organic. So it will, but it still works. So just do it. Keep on meditating, you'll experience the difference. It really is working. And of course, with time, you can develop more attention, more focus, more attention. It's an exercise. So it's never a waste of time, especially if you're doing with the right concept within the 3T path we teach, with the mantra, the whole it's never a waste of time. So let me know if you have any questions. Leave your comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps a small channel like this, and I appreciate it very much. Have a wonderful day with lots of peace and lots of love.